Ne uităm aici la China's Dead Vans, nu Vans papucii, gen, așa, just got so much worse, disturbing footage and new leaks. Deci asta înseamnă că e for real. E for real. Păi are și experiență deja, face asta de tot timp de content de genul, exact, îți dai seama. Bun, hai să vedem.
This is no ordinary
Că tot ziceam de ambulanța neagră.
transport.
Yeah.
It looks like law enforcement, but inside it carries silent death. In China, mobile execution vans, or death vans as we know them now, continue to roll, carrying out capital punishment on wheels. And I am uncovering the truths that nobody wants you to see. And by nobody, I mean the Chinese government. They want their own people behind the Great Firewall of China to be terrified of these death vans.
Ce mă? Adică există în China un van care te ia de pe stradă, te omoară în spate și până când ajungi la destinație tu ești mort și după aia te bag direct la crematoriu? What the fuck?
I don't want you, an English speaker in the free world, to know how absolutely horrifying this is. The thing is, I covered the mysteries of China's death vans, or mobile execution vans, based on an absolutely terrifying video that I translated last year that was put out by China in an effort to curb crime via psychological horror and torture. That video really messed me up. However, I thought it would be the end of that.
What?
See, the formula is simple. Number one, death vans exist in China. We established that. Number two.
Teoria e că fură organe și le dau la cei de sus care au nevoie. Păi ok, și de ce dacă o fac cu criminal, gen? Doar dacă ești criminal. Păi da, mă, dacă o fac cu criminal, de ce n-ar face chestia asta, nu știu, într-un loc securizat, nu pe stradă în timp ce se duce din stânga în dreapta vanul? Nu e mai ușor să fac chestia asta într-un laborator? Țin minte că eram în clasa 1 sau a 2 când a apărut nebunia cu ambulanță neagră și țin minte că mergeam la școală singură și era să mă calce pe trecerea de pieton ambulanță neagră.
And I explained how all that worked, and in the end I was
Bă, oricum, chestia asta cu ambulanța neagră mi se pare că a fost doar o legendă urbană care a funcționat incredibil de bine, pentru că atunci când s-a popularizat, noi eram în școală și fiind în școală, na, vorba merge mai departe, știi ce zic, mult mai ușor decât când ești la grădiniță. Când ești la grădiniță, you don't give a fuck, știi ce zic, de chestii de genul. Atunci erai și curios, erai și în perioada aia în care te uitai pe live leak și la tot felul de mizerii ordinare. Știi? Și videoclipurile de genul Demonii sunt printre noi erau mega populare.
But of course, it didn't end there. Of course, there are brand new developments and improvements that have traumatized me all over again. And guess what? Traumatized me much.
Au funcționat pentru că s-a dat la știri, exact.
You ever feel like someone's watching everything you do online? The time could be visible. State vans are about 7 meters long and they're cloaked in police colors. They blend seamlessly into traffic. They're engineered to execute with efficiency and secrecy. And inside, there's two stark components. In the front, you have the front monitoring room. That's where the people sit. They look at the computer screens. They have an intercom. They have observation windows. They watch every single heartbeat and they record every single twitch as the execution happens. In the back, they actually have the execution chamber. There's narrow sliding doors. They're about 1.3 meters tall and about half a meter wide, and they open to reveal a very clinical, disturbing setup. There's a bed with restraints, there's injection apparatus, and there's vital sign monitors, all rigged for lethal injection. Mobile lethal injection. It's now been improved. The execution bed now supports over 200 kilograms, fitted with safety belts and emergency shutdowns. 2 cameras capture the process and stream it to the command area. All of this execution is watched and filmed in real time, but now there are rumors that the footage is being taken during the execution in the van, and it's being shown to criminals and their families as psychological torture. Because of course, the Chinese government would do something like that. The justification
cum i-am primit așa i-am lăsat, bro. Nu i-am făcut nimic.
It's all about efficiency. Lethal injection replaced firing squads.
E cel mai cringe lucru pe lumea asta existent, să-ți faci șireturile la papuci în feluri pe care le găsești pe TikTok. Deci fac aia făcute așa, nu știu cum, inversate, făcute, coaie în pula și șireturi, lasă-le normal, că așa arată cel mai bine.
as they were seen to be more civilized. But that's nonsense anyway. Firing squads still very much exist in China. In fact, you can go all over the countryside and still see videos where a village will come out and watch somebody get shot in a ditch. But the move towards these vans was not actually about being more civilized, it's all about practicality. In fact, it's been quoted by the Chinese government that practicality, not compassion, drives the shift as to why these vans are being unleashed on China's streets. It's been revealed that although China very much still does shoot people in ditches with guns for the whole town to see, they see these death vans as a
What the
much
fuck?
more
Se fac execuții publice în China încă?
and clandestine method. Execution via lethal injection is far cheaper and more discreet than building permanent facilities. In some rural regions, could actually avoid transporting prisoners long distances. In fact, one former judge in China estimates that vans save hundreds of RMB in travel and drug transport costs. There's something so absolutely grim and soulless that is being bragged about within the Chinese government that they're saving a little bit of money on gas by not having to drive people to and from their
A revenit? F5, F5, F5. La Digi miroasea brânză, la Digi miroasea brânză. La Digi miroasea brânză. La Digi putea brânză.
Putea brânză! La
Digi putea brânză.
Putea
Vorbiți cine ești? Îmi spui și mie cum te cheamă. Ești vitez.
Felicitări pentru
Vorbește la
România!
microfon. Vorbește dacă ai tupeu. Nu ai tupeu să faci nimic. Pentru că din cauza voastră suntem unde suntem. Da, o ia.
Dar vreau să văd ăla de pe TikTok, coaie. Ăla de pe TikTok e cel mai bun, stai așa. La Digi putea brânză. Stai mă că este ăla, ăsta cred că e.
Putea brânză! Putea brânză! Putea brânză! Nu spui și mie cum te cheamă?
Nu ai tupeu să faci nimic. Pentru că
Din cauza voastră suntem unde suntem.
da, iată suporteri care nu-și asumă normal și nu au
Curajul să vorbească, să se prezinte, să spună care este problema. Putea brânză.
Putea brânză, la Digi putea brânză.
execution. By 2003, Yunnan province in the south of China deployed 18 vans. By 2006, at least 40 units were built across Jiangsu and Shandong by companies like Jinguan and Neiko. But now, there are
Bă, vreau să mă duc în
thousands
China,
of
coaie.
these vans roaming around China's streets, scooping people up and vanishing them without a trace.
Păi și eu dacă mă duc în China o să intru în van.
2025, there are
bag
rumors
în
and
van.
footage that incinerators are being built into some vans to burn the victims to unrecognizable ashes
Dă-o dracu.
before anyone finds out. Now, why are so many of these vans being unleashed on China's streets? The truth is, China's been deploying these en masse because of the sheer rise in crime that they're facing. While the US is seeing an overall decline in crime recently, China has seen the very opposite, and they are none too happy about it. You can tell by the sheer amount of propaganda that they release
Bro, mă
to
bagă în
English
van
speakers
dacă
like
mă duc.
yourself about how safe and high trust China is. In reality, a massive problem has been unfolding: mass murder. Countless
What the
people
fuck?
in China have been taking to the wheel of their cars and running over crowds of pedestrians on purpose. It seems to be happening.
Why, what the
weekly.
fuck?
This cowardly form of murder seems to be an epidemic, but there are
Nu mă mai
so
duc.
many mass stabbings across the country as well. Mass stabbings usually involving
Bă,
grown
cu
men
maceta la
stabbing
copii, bă,
kindergartners in
prostule!
what have been called as
Retardatul,
revenge
terminatule.
on society attacks. These vans make rapid, localized justice, and thus deterrence immediately visible. In fact, there was a quote from one of the designers of the vans that said, "It deters people from committing crime. It's a visible way of thinking to yourself, this is how I'm gonna go if I break the law." The problem is, while some people might cheer on the punishment of these heinous criminals, it's not just them that are getting executed via the death van. Now, in 2025, according to the list of death van publishable offenses, these criminals are losing their lives in the van as well. Thieves, people that China has deemed as treasonous, people that have committed espionage, subversion of state power. And yes, this literally means posting anti-Chinese government memes, by the way. China
What the
is
fuck?
most likely killing people.
Păi pui, ești nebun, poți să pui, zic cum se numește, un meme și ajungi să te ia cu vanul.
Post edgy memes online in mobile execution vans for political crimes
Da, ne uităm la
if they
tailurile
see
Viera.
them as serious enough. Subversion of state power can cover a
Executat pentru
multitude
shitposting, e
of topics.
crazy.
Not to mention that they are 100% absolutely killing freedom fighters and political dissidents in death fans. Remember, China ranks a 9 out of 100 on the Freedom House score. It is not a good place to be. What makes
Wow.
this so much worse is if I ask you this question. What if the execution in these scary, sinister vans is just the beginning? Amnesty International and researchers suspect coordination between police,
Bă, coai, eu am auzit numai chestii bune despre China, despre oamenii care au fost în China. Numai chestii bune, legit.
and hospitals. Speculation that
Bine, când te duci ca turist, presupun că e diferit.
vans expedite organ removal post-mortem. Lethal injection preserves organs a lot better than bullets do, and execution vans bring the body and doctors to crime scenes, not the other way around. People have done investigations and have called these companies in China and asked if they were able to buy. Some places were able to acquire them in no time at all. China is well known for having prisoners ready to go in case a high-priced
Te-ai uitat la
buyer
Dexter,
comes
acum
into
încep
town and
sezonul
needs a
2.
new liver, or
Nu-mi
really
dați
anything.
spoilere, că vă dau bani.
Imagine how convenient it would be to arrange an execution in a van, drive the organ to the hospital, or bring the doctor to the criminal, and bam, you have an easy, fresh sale. China insists that organs are donated voluntarily with consent, but transparency is non-existent, and critics say that such claims are absolutely empty. In fact, the
Crazy, bro.
surmounting evidence says otherwise. You can watch hours and
Deci de aici au
hours of
plecat,
proof
poate.
of China's organ harvesting on YouTube.
Ambulanța neagră.
already. These death vans are no relics of an authoritarian era. This isn't the past Soviet atrocities. This isn't the past Hitler's Germany. This isn't the past, this is now. These are tools of modern day zero tolerance and control. Dark vans rolling through countryside roads and city streets, bearing death quietly, closer to home than ever before. Executions in China are state secrets. Crime rates are hidden, erased, and censored. Organ harvesting allegations are silenced. Yet we do know that China uses these vans, and now more than ever. China has the
Să mă uit
highest
să vă
execution
Ianis.
rate in the entire world by an extreme
Crazy.
amount. But despite all the international pressure, like these mobile killing chambers suggest, this infrastructure of punishment endures. Is it humane? No. Is it efficient? Yes. Out of sight, out of mind. Exactly. That's what makes them so dangerous. The world looks the other way. You know what? I think it's time we didn't. As uncomfortable as this is, China's goal, in the end, is to export this level of sickness and evil to places all over the globe as it hunts every single last dissident that opposes China's disgusting human rights record. Because you know that's what they're after next. Don't forget to click on the
Crazy, bro, sincer, crazy rău de tot. Na. Călugării din Târgu Mureș.